car feels good. Look at this motherfucker here.
Shine through the fucking week. The flies ride with crystal in the passenger seat. Don't hate me, cause I'm a little baller. Got more weight than Angola. Fucking your girl caller. Nigga, I stunt. And I'ma stunt till I can't no more. Chest lit up like an oak. From the diamonds I spoke. Yo, I can't be touched. Don't think I'm too much, nigga. I'm rich, what the fuck? Rolex crushed out with the bezel. And all the hoes to get close to me gotta be on my schedule. I got so much money, I don't know what to do. Buy houses and cars and break bread with my crew. I'm on fire. We on fire.
Monday, 10 o'clock. I don't know, I need somebody to do that for me. I need some help, bro.
I'm thinking fuck with Luke Kane. I'm thinking fuck with Wu-Tang. Drip, drip, let me see you drip, drip. Watch it like a pimp, pimp. Order steak and shrimp, shrimp. Let me see you drip. Rest in peace, Soldier Slim.